Hi everybody, Will from Holdfast Marine, your local boat shop. Coming to you today with a little bit different of a video. Still working on those fiberglass boxes. Thank you for those who have watched the videos, and to my new subscribers out there. Thanks guys for coming on board. I really appreciate it. Um, Wanted to make a quick video about the products that I use here at the shop and kind of why. Um, uh, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I pretty much use the TotalBoat product line exclusive here at my shop. Gonna say again, they do not sponsor me. They do not um, send me free stuff, any of that jazz. I am not a TotalBoat ambassador. I would like to be. I'm trying to be one, but whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm still going to keep using the products. And I probably shouldn't say that, but that's the case nonetheless. So why, I guess the reason I want to make this video is why do I use this particular line of products? And I'm going to just break it down to maybe my top five. Number one would be, for me as a business owner, shipping. When I order this stuff, because Jamestown Distributors is about an hour and a half away from my shop, I get the stuff next day or the day after, and that really only depends on UPS and the fire that's been lit under their butts to get the stuff out on time. So that is, for me as a business owner, is probably one of the most important things. The second thing would be the ease of use. Um, Over the years, the instructions on the back of the TotalBoat products has gotten a lot better. It used to be, mixed with 2% MEKP, and now it's, or then and then it evolved into 14 to 16 drops, or 7 to 8 drops, or whatever. And now, as I'm looking at the back of this laminating resin, it says a teaspoon. So they're making it a little bit more friendly for the DIYer, and I like that because a lot of times I work on a project, I finish a project, and if I have leftover stuff, I send that home with the homeowner to, fix other, things or do other little repairs that they think that they can handle. And that's good for them and it's good for me. One of the third things would be and maybe this should be the first, is just the longevity of how long their stuff lasts. I don't really have a really good litmus test because I've really only been using their stuff for about 4 or 5 years now exclusively. Um, but in those 4 or 5 years, I really haven't seen any issues happen with their epoxies or polyesters or anything like that. They seem to hold up really well, and I can tell you right now, I know that the bilge paint that they sell holds up insanely well to all kinds of awful abuse. So I really commend the company on making solid products for everybody. The fourth thing would have to be communication. When you call Jamestown, you get a person. And in this day and age, that's kind of almost unheard of. There are several companies that I do not do business anymore with because when I call because I'm having an issue, I don't want to leave a message. I don't want to press 1, press 3, press 5, press 6, press 12, then have to push 0 and say out loud, customer representative. I don't like doing that. So I just don't bother with doing business with them anymore. When you call Jamestown, you get a person on the other end of that phone, and they take the time to explain things and walk you through things. A lot of their products that I'd never used before, I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. So I would call and they would say, yep, this is what we recommend. This is what you should do. I would try it, and sometimes I'd screw it up, and sometimes it would work out great. It just really depended on me, not necessarily the product. Also, to add to that, I have had issues with some of the products, specifically the Total Fair. I had a lot of issues with the Total Fair, and I made that very obvious in some of the recent videos that I've done over the summer. But every time I called, they talked me through something else. Try this, try that. They also, sent me a couple of free batches because maybe the batches that I had, were no bueno. And then that happens. That's just manufacturing. Things happen. Some of the other products that I use that I have not gotten to do videos yet about are, like their buffing compounds. I use their buffing compounds exclusively to, in the spring and, late fall to, do the detailing work on a lot of customers' boats. And it just comes out so nice. It's so easy. It takes a lot of the BS out of, using 17 different compounds when with them you can use two. Does it work on every single boat? No, it really doesn't. There are boats that are so heavily oxidized that I have to hit that with some of that, garnet 3M stuff to rip through it. But their products are just, it's just the products that they sell are just amazing. I know I'm sounding like a fanboy. I know I'm sounding like a, preach kind of guy, but I'm really not. I'm trying to, really rationalize to everybody out there, why I use these products. I consider myself to be very good at my trade, very good at my craft, and I'm only as good as the stuff that I use. I do not, under any circumstances whatsoever, fart around with Harbor Freight stuff, and I'm not knocking Harbor Freight as a company, but I don't even mess with it. I buy name brand tools that are going to last through the abuses that I put them through. And the same can be said for the Jamestown stuff. I am abusive on my products. I maybe just want to get it done, so I cook the bejesus, like this polyester fairing compound. I had 6 ounces, and if you do the math, that's 96 ounces or 96 drops of MEKP, right? Or 5 cc's. I put in 10 cc's. Cook it, get it done. It's not recommended for them to do, but it works for me. And the stuff that I'm trying to get done. So I don't have to wait very long for that stuff to cure. And I love that about some of the Jamestown products. And I think the final thing, and I do not know if this is 100% accurate. It's just what I've read and it's what I've been told. Jamestown people or TotalBoat people are boat guys and gals. They own boats. They've worked in other boat yards. They've, perfected their craft. And when you're dealing with somebody like that, with a company, low battery, with a company that their employees and product developers come from a background of this industry, you get a far superior product. That's not some lab geek going, ooh, look at this. It's real people doing real work to get us real products that really work. That's your new slogan, TotalBoat. You can steal that from me. I won't charge you any money. If you have gone on to, Jamestown's TotalBoat's social media lately, Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that, I have known, and it's a little disappointing, but I understand why. I get why, I understand, and I think it's wonderful. But I have noticed a little move away from the boating industry into the epoxy inlay stuff and the artsy-fartsy stuff that I can't wrap my head around. It's beautiful. Those people who make that stuff are amazing craftsmen or craftswomen or whatever we have to say nowadays. But for me, it's just not for me. I wish that there was a little bit more content out there of specifically the boat stuff. And that is what I'm trying to bring to everybody out there in YouTube land or social media land or whatever. I don't build tables. I don't do epoxy inlays. I build boats. I restore and repair boats. And that is my sole purpose for talking about these products and using these products. So again, hats off to all the people down there at Jamestown and the TotalBoat line, and hats off to all of my subscribers, and thank you to the 6 or 8 people who have come on in the past couple of weeks. I know in YouTube standards that's nothing, that's a drop in the bucket, but for me, I really, really, really appreciate it. And in the springtime, we're going to be doing our giveaways again. We've got t-shirts, we've got hats, we've got koozies, we've got all kinds of stuff that we're going to be giving away to our fun subscribers. We're going to do a little couple more contests, question answering things, interaction. I like to interact with people. It's just a lot of fun. So anyway, if you liked the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. Please, please, please subscribe. bell notification doodad thingy. I don't even know how it works or how it affects me, but apparently it helps me. So I really appreciate that. I hope everybody's having a good year. It's been a rough start to 2021, but we're gonna pull through it. We're gonna do good, and we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. So again, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time.